Hi, should be Thursday, May 14th. Today we are talking about word of the day words again. In this particular case, we're going to go on from using our vowel consonant E words that we learned the last time. We're going to add a suffix. So let's review what we did before with our 5-letter words, our words that had 5 sounds, usually meaning blends at the beginning, blends at the end. I want to review those, and then we'll talk about adding S to words with a vowel consonant E syllable. All right. Just as a reminder, we had some 5-letter or 5-sound words that we were tapping out. These are our word of the day words. There is trust. That's our first one. That's this one. We had slept. That's this one, a word of the day word. We know that trust means that you know that somebody's going to do what they say they're going to do. You can trust them. Slept means that you were in bed. It was perhaps nighttime and you were getting some rest. Here we have the word then we added S to it, the suffix S, clumps. And clumps are big piles of things that are all together. A clump of dirt or a clump of grapes. Then I wanted to remind you about the bonus letter, because when you add a suffix with a bonus letter, you have to remember that that bonus letter is there. So we usually say words without the suffix and then we add the suffix, or we write the words without the suffix and then add the suffix. So this is a word with a bonus letter, ill, and we know that L, S, and F are bonus letters. We double the letter at the end of a word that has a short vowel. Although there's an exception because there's a suffix that has an L. We'll learn about that next year. So here we have the word plant. We don't put the suffix on yet, so we tap it out. You hear the P at the beginning. You hear the L. And it's actually a glued sound, right? Plant. And then we add ED, planted. So, and then we learned about the word with an ing. Again, let's do it without the suffix. Blend. Now we put our suffix ing. So the word is blending. We tap it out without the suffix and then we put the suffix on. Blending, which we're doing right now. That's what we're doing when we put the sounds together like that. We're blending. Then we got to this word, which actually has a digraph blend at the beginning. So there's 5 sounds, or 4 sounds actually, because this is a bonus letter. But we tap it out. Thrill. And then we don't say the suffix until we're sure what the word itself is. Thrilling. So you write the word. If you're going to try and spell the word correctly, you listen for those sounds, write the word thrill, and then you add the ing. That way you don't forget that bonus letter. Same is true with these words where we added just a simple suffix S. Remember that DR. Sounds like a JR, but it's DR. Drill. And then you add the S. Drills. Same here. Spell. Add the S. Spells. And this one, which has a glued, this word has a glued sound, A-L-L. So you should be able to spell k, all, with the glued sound. And then add the suffix ed, called. So today, we're going to add some vowel consonant E words that have a suffix S. But again, you have to remember, if you're going to spell it, even if you're going to try and sound it out, try to do it without the suffix. So here's our vowel consonant E, word of the day words that we learned on Tuesday. The first one, if we tap it out, we remember there's an E at the end. E at the end makes the vowel say its name, but the E at the end doesn't say anything itself. So if we tap that out, When we think about the fact that the I is there and it's going to say its name I, we tap it out, we get S, W, I, P, and then leave the E off. Remember to look all through the word before you try and say it. It helps to see all the components of the word before you try and sound it out. That way you'll pick up the E at the end. Then we had this word, oh, swipe. Remember we said that it means to wipe something. Then we had this word, G-O-O-B. O is going to say its name, and the E is going to say nothing. G-O-O-B, globe. This word, without the E, the A would say ah. The word would say t, a, p. But we don't want it to say that because we're talking about putting something on a piece of paper to hold it in place. So we want to say the word tape. Tape. The E makes the A say its name. If we don't put the E there, it's not going to say tape. It's going to say tap. So when you're writing, when you're trying to spell words, it's always good to look back. Make sure I did that just right. And then the last one, b, r, brr, and then the A is going to say its name because there's an E at the end. B, r, a, v, and the E says nothing. Those were the word of the day words that we learned on Tuesday. Today we're going to add a couple of word of the day words. Try and remember that we don't put the suffix, or we don't think about the suffix until we figured out the rest of the word. So the first word is this one. Okay? And that's the way I want you to think about it. And the only reason I want you to notice the E is because it does affect the U. Now, we know that U can make two sounds. It could be U or it could be oo. So you can technically go through and try and sound it both ways. Reule, reule. That's hard to say. Let's try it with the oo sound. Rule, rule. That looks a lot more reasonable. So here's the word rule, and in fact, in this particular picture or key picture for that set of letters, the U consonant E syllable, that picture is the word rule. All we're doing is adding the suffix s to mean that there's more than one. So instead of putting rule, we're going to put rules. If you're trying to spell this, as I said, you always want to remember to put the suffix on after you've spelled the word. So we're putting R, it starts with R, you hear oo, that's the U sound, ul. Then we put the L on. But right now that doesn't say rule, that says roll. Roll. The only way we're going to make it say rule is if we remember to add the E. Then we want to make it say rules, so we're going to add suffix s. If we were to mark this, we would underline this and put vowel consonant E syllable, cross out the E because we can't hear it, put that long line over the U because it makes that oo sound, and circle the suffix s. So that's how we would mark it. Remembering how to spell it, we remember to listen for that vowel sound, and if it's a long vowel sound, then you make sure that you are putting an E at the end. Okay? So we're going to add this to our list of words. I'm going to take fill in. So that says rules, and this one has that tricky blend at the beginning, and we know that there's two of them. So this one has that TR that sounds a lot like CHR. TR sounds like tr, so it sounds like CHR. That's one of those things you're going to have to remember that it's not. So the word is tr, ah. We're going to say it or I. We're going to say the vowel's name because there's an E here, so we tap it out. Tribe. Tribe. And we're going to say it without the suffix first. Now let's try it with the suffix. Tribes. Tribes. When you're trying to spell it without the suffix. After you've spelled it, then put the suffix on. So we're going to add this to our list of word of the day words. We have a very large number of word of the day words just here, and you know that there were many even before we ended up in this situation with this crisis, but it's important to get the practice and experience. Oh, tribes, I'm sorry, I meant to tell you what that means. Tribes refers to, back when we were talking about Native Americans, you recall that we were talking about the groups of people that lived together and shared activities together were a tribe. So a tribe is a group of people that kind of hang together. When I read the book Junkyard Wonders, you'll remember that the teacher, Mrs. Peterson, divided the class into tribes, and she put them together so that they could work together as a group. So that's a tribe. All right, I'm going to put this here. This is the last thing I'm going to do with this. I'm going to show you how to mark it. So we go, when we tap it out, we hear the t, tribe. But that doesn't say tribe, it says trib. If you really try and tap it out, it says trib. So we need to add the E to make that I say its name. This would be a vowel consonant E syllable. Remember, we cross out the E because we can't hear it. Now we can add our suffix S. There it goes. Now we have our word of the day word, tribes. You have to remember that you should always try to spell the word or tap out the word without the suffix. After you've done that, then you add the suffix. Okay? All right, that's it for now. I'll see you again maybe tomorrow.